record it. Okay, this is for Brian so he can watch and join in. So let's have a go. Let's share my screen.
Gary,
yes.
You were supposed to send him the recording of last week, and he hasn't had it.
I'll send it out later on. I've just need to take all the chatting at dinner time out, and then I'll send it on. I'll do that as well for this one. So they'll both be on YouTube. So they'll go on the YouTube channel. I'll send you a link to them. Okay, let's start then. Who's on the top one? Oh, it's gone in alphabetical order. It's gone to Linda first. So let's have a look. I say I only got some of these last night, so I've not had a fantastic amount of time on them. Was this a statue or something, Linda? Was it like a little feature in the garden?
It was a feature, but it was in the ice house.
In the ice house, okay. Yeah. We've got the ice house here. It's quite interesting, an ice road. I'll have to show you some pictures of that. Yeah, the only thing that caught me out is obviously you sent them as JPEGs. If you can send them as the original files, if you get chance. Some of you have, and I can see when you're using masks and when you're not using masks, and where you're using them right, where you're not using them right. The other thing is you've cropped this quite tight. If you notice, you've got it as 1400 pixels by 933. So yeah. it's literally a sixth of the size it should be. Wow. So now the reason why I said that, I'm just going to get rid of all your faces for a minute. No, I don't want to see you. I'm just going to move you over there. Is that if you sent it as a DNG or you kept it as a DNG, are you all using DNG files or are you still using just standard RAW files?
DNG, I use.
DNG.
That's okay. The reason why I ask is don't forget on this right-hand side, if you're watching my screen, we have these new panels. And of course, we've got this new one about noise reduction here. Can you see the noise?
Yeah.
And there is also facility within there where we can, if you crop, you can increase the resolution. And the other thing is it will help to take some of the noise and some of the compression out. So where we've got on here, I did put a little bit of noise reduction on it. You can see there's just a little bit. Although you shot it at 320 ISO, because you've cropped in, it's emphasized some of the noise. Yeah, so if you send it as a DNG, and I'll remind you all how to, when you crop, you can super resize, but I can't show you because the denoise, because it's JPEG, it won't do a denoise. But on there's this super resolution where you can, if you crop it, it will look for that and it will improve your image. Okay.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So what did I do to this? Well, I mean, the idea is you bullseyes it, which, yeah, come on, you can be quite creative, Linda. I know that. I've got an objection with a symmetrical picture. I saw symmetry in there. I also saw images of people in the reflections in the back wall, which is interesting. But I just thought I wasn't sure about the colours as well. So all I did was that. So I took some of the noise and some of the because you cropped it in tight out, and I have literally changed the colour. So that was your colours, and that's my colours. And all I've done on the mask, I picked up the mask of the bowl there, look. And I made some changes. I pulled the blacks down and increased exposure by literally 1/10 of a stop. And I also dropped the temperature down from the yellow and brought it more blue. You see on the right-hand side here.
Yeah.
So I improved that. And the difference it made was, you'll be able to see it in a minute if I turn this on, was that. I just gave it that look of water. Can you see?
Yeah.
It's just changed. I'm probably going too fast for the internet. So that's with the blue and the adjustment made, and that's without it. And then at the top of the image, I thought it just seemed to go off the top of the image. So I just put a simple vignette, just a simple grad filter, just to stop the eye going off the top of the picture. So it was dark at the top and it did it. So the difference between the two was this. Oh, wait a minute. Come on. Oh, I know why. Sorry, I've got to come out of that.
Not much.
Keep forgetting when you mask, you must come out masked before you try and do a survey. So I've got them both. Now I can do a survey. There you go. So that was the difference between the two pictures.
Oh, right. Yeah.
How'd you get that?
It's on the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, to compare.
I'll show you. I'll show you Louise next one in a second. I'll come back to that one. So that's what I did in that one.
Right, yeah, that's much better.
Okay, then I got this picture and I was confused by it. It was, do you know, I kept looking at it, I think, I like it and I don't, and I like it and I don't. And I felt it was something like off a film movie set and, you was going to fly through something. And I weren't 100% sure what you're trying to show me. I understood the concept that you shot through an arch and there was something in the background, but my eye was going around. So I changed it up a little bit this morning and I made that. So I've tried to emphasize what you wanted me to see, and that was the shaft of light, whatever it is, on that rock in the background. And for you, Louise, what I do, look, Louise, I select both images. So I've selected number 3 and number 4, and I'm using survey. And survey is the letter N. You can use the letter N, or as Linda quite rightly said, if you've not got this toolbar at the bottom, you press T for toolbar, and you can see there is this 4th one along called survey. And if you hold your mouse over it, or sorry, your cursor over it, it says survey view N. So, and that is it. So I ended up with that.
Interesting, because I was going to send it to you in colour because that mist is water.
Is it?
It's a water mist coming out.
Ah, right, okay. So all I did, I just tried to emphasise, hopefully I thought what you was looking at, and I darkened down the wall. So I darkened down this wall between the rocks, took a little bit out in where the trees are to emphasise it. I just tried to create a 3D image because on the left it looked flat. On the right now I've got 3D image because I've darkened the wall between the wall at the front and the stone central point.
Yeah.
So that's what I did on there. And I tried to pick the ferns out a little bit. But yeah, so you obviously saw something. So well played to you. But yeah, then I came to this one. And I like this. Now, you should all be getting used to masks now. And this one is probably not as strong as what I did. I think it was Tony's, I think. But that is what I ended up with. And again, back to survey mode, Louise. That's what I did to it. So the one on the right, I picked out more detail. And the one on the left. So how do you think I picked out that detail?
Well, you've underlined the eyes in white.
I did. Well done. Yeah, I painted a little bit of brush on the eyes just to pick the eye, bottom of the eyes, just so you segregate it. And I left the background a little bit lighter than around the eyes, so it looked like the eyes were alive. And it just so happens, if you notice, there's almost a dot in the middle anyway, so it looked quite good. I don't know what they put in there, but when you zoom in, there's something there. If I go to develop, and I'll show you what I did, I'll just come out of there. So if I come to that one, so that was your image. I'm going to come off and come back onto it. That was your image. What I did, I created a few masks. And there was the mask. So how do you think I selected that mask? How do you think I selected the face?
Select subject.
No, I didn't.
Object?
No.
Foreground.
What is suspicious? If you still look at that, there's something that jumps out, and that's the colour.
Right.
So you can create a mask based upon colour, and you can select a range of colours. So I selected the darker orange, the lighter orange, and created this mask. So I ended up with a mask looking like that. Now, unfortunately, it picked up some of the grass at the bottom, but it's a reflection off. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to leave that in a little bit as well. Bear in mind, I did this in about 2 minutes. And then, as you quite rightly said, I painted around the eyes. So I did 2 masks. This mask was based upon colour. And this mask was based upon me brushing it. And you can see the symbols there. If it'll let me do this, because it didn't last time, I'll just try. Oh, it is now. So there's the mask around the eye, and that denotes it's a brush. And this icon there, it's a mask, and I based it on colour. So, and normally it shows you colour, but I've not selected it. I'm still on the other mask at the moment. So I did that. So I ended up with 2 images side by side again. Louise, I have to come out of mask. I keep forgetting because it creates a new mask, and I've still got to get used to that. I have to come out of mask and use that. Now then, let's have a look. Let's go survey, turn the lights out. There you go.
I tried not to. I was a bit when I did it round the eyes. But I didn't want to go too far. But I like it done. Yeah, much better.
Yeah, it just picks it out a little bit more, doesn't it? And you'll notice as well, I actually inverted the mask and I just darkened a little bit of the background, just about a third of a stop, just so that stood out more than the rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, well spotted. Good one. I like that one. And these are great. Margaret's got one as well. Do you take the picture of the nuns, Margaret?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, I think that and Tony's face are the scary two pictures. I did this one, and I didn't do an awful lot. I just picked up a little bit of I put a bit of a vignette on them, and I leveled the seat up because it looked like they're going to fall backwards. So you notice I just rotated it slightly, and just a couple of the highlights, just pulled them back a fraction. But other than that, it's a great picture, and it's one of those things. And it's back to sometimes when you see this, you can take a picture. And I always say this in nature photography. You take a picture, if you see something like somebody took a picture of the deer, take a picture quick, then wait to see if you can improve it, and wait and wait. And there may have been a point where he picked his head up so you could see his face and her face. So when you see these shots, take your picture and then just think, can you remember the name of a very famous photographer that used to be the decisive moment? Bresson, yeah, and he used to wait, didn't he? He used to go back. He went to a barber's shop once in, believe it or not, in Bradford, and he saw them doing this. And somebody went out to ask him what the hell he was doing, and he said, "I'm waiting for somebody to come in." And he wouldn't tell them he was waiting for a black man to come in because all the people were white. And he thought, what a great juxtaposition, effectively, if a black man went in, he was the only black man in there. And he waited, he didn't tell them why. And eventually, because there were different cultures living there, and he waited and he got the picture. And it's in one of his books. And he told them the reason why, but he wouldn't tell them that because he thought they might be offended by it. So there you go. So decisive moment. Take your picture.
Every picture tells a story, by the way.
Does it?
The lady sat in shorts and vest top in October.
Oh.
And they were eating sandwiches, actually.
Yeah. So what are you trying to tell me? It's warm in England.
It was nice that day.
Very good. Lights out then. Let's have a look. So yeah, good set there. Well done. Margaret's is the only one on one of the pictures I never touched a thing to it. So well done, Margaret. But as you say, it told the story. I like this. I like the way you've used your foreground and the background. I just like to see just a little bit of the foreground, a little bit. I understand it's a sundial, I believe, is it? And it looks like it's the world underneath it. Just a little bit higher, but then I thought, well, then she might lose the other part of the image. But if you'd have gone up and backwards, you'd have still got the same shot, but got more foreground. But I like that. I can't make out who it is, but it looks like one of our Pontius Pilate. Is it Marcus, whoever his name is, Caesar? Augustus Caesar, isn't it? Somebody asked something like that anyway. So, yeah, I like that. But what I did, Margaret, all I did is I liked this texture, and I weren't sure whether it was brass, this arm that you've framed Augustus in the background with this. Was it brass? Copper? Like bronze? Not brass. I meant bronze. Anyway, so I just...
Bronze. It was a grey metal.
Yeah. So all I did is the difference between the two is I just emphasized it just a fraction more. Let me just put N on. So on the right, all I did is I just picked out a little bit more of the detail, and I just sharpened August up a little bit more so he stood out more. And other than that, yeah, it's more or less the same what you've done. I liked it. And there were little bits and I kept looking there, and there's a little pink flower to the left, about on the left-hand side, just above that thing. And I kept putting my finger over it, and I took it out. I thought, oh, it's a lot better. And then I look at August, and my eye kept going back to that little flower. So if you enter in a competition, he might pick up on that. But if you stare forward at Augustus and then just move your eye just a little bit to the wooden frame, my eye goes straight to that flower. My peripheral vision picks up that, and it's because it's almost red. So you try that. You stare at him, and then just move your eye a little bit to the left, and you'll see that flower appear. And it might be my peripheral vision is different to all yours, but I look at that, move my eye to the wooden frame, just to his right, our left, and suddenly I can see that flower without even looking at it. So bear that in mind. Remember what we say about if it doesn't add to the picture, take it out. So, but I like it. I mean, you could add some more, then your eye would be looking all around, then you'd really be scattering. But yeah, I like that one. I like that nice image, well spotted. It's nice to see when you get creative. And then this one, I thought, this was lovely, isn't it? It reminded me of a golf course, and I don't play golf. I don't know why, but yeah, it looked like a golf course. Come down the fairway, a bit of a green at the back there with the trees. Again, what can I say? Yeah, it's. I love the way they've done all the gardens with the colours. It really is great. I just thought the reflection wanted lightening up, so all I've done is that, and I've lightened it up a little bit. So my only difference is that's what you had, and I just added a little bit more light in the bottom, just so I can see the reflection, because that reflection is beautiful. Look, a bit darker, a bit lighter, and again, just so you can see them both side by side. And I'm not saying I'm right, Margaret, by any means. But I just felt that reflection just wanted to come out. It looked a bit muddy at the bottom. Look, do you agree with me? Anybody agree or disagree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just picked that reflection up a little bit, didn't it? It just looked a bit muddy at the bottom. And I actually then ran a brush, Margaret. I'll just do it. I ran a brush literally just across here, just to lighten that up. So you'll notice down here, it's slightly lighter here now. So I just did that. So if you look at the two side by, like above, you'll notice that the banking, I've just lined it slightly as well, just to balance the tones from the top to the bottom.
I did enhance the colours, that orange colour I picked.
Yeah, but it's nice, isn't it? It really is nice. But no, nice pictures. You know, it's nice to see these things because somebody's spent lots of time doing that. So you've actually recorded somebody's talents, for want of a better way. Okay, good one. Then I saw this one. And my thoughts were on this. I loved the wood, the texture, and you could touch it and feel it. You could literally, it's like rubbing a cat up the wrong way, isn't it? If you rub up that bit of wood, you feel all the texture, all the little splinters affected, all the wood feeling into your fingertips. And I weren't sure about the trees. And I thought, well, actually, the trees give something because it gives a feeling of height and size. But all I did, I thought, well, if that was my image, what was I trying to tell the story? I love the shape. I love what you're looking at. I don't know what it is. It's just a sculpture. Could it be a bodily shape? I haven't a clue. But to me, the story was all about that, the texture. And I looked at the colour of what you got on the wood there, and I loved it, but it looked a bit muddy and a bit flat. And when I looked on the histogram, there it was, not quite at the top, but you got the green and the yellow there. You can see the blue sky peaking. And then you can see the darker tones, and they're all the same colour from where it says ISO 400. So if I get my thing back up on here, you've got ISO 400, but look, you've got all these flat tones all the way. It's flat all the way across there, which means there's no contrast, there's no definition. And sure enough, if you look on here, it's all the same, isn't it? All the same. So I thought, you know what? I see something there, and I thought, Margaret's obviously spotted this, but she didn't pick it out. So I actually tried to emphasize the wood more. And that, to me, looks more like the wood I would expect than that. Yeah, do you agree? So that's what I ended up with. So what I did, so you all know, I destroyed Margaret's photograph, and I did a couple of masks. And there was my mask. That's that one. And all I did is I did some clarity change. There, look, I increased the clarity. I changed the temperature of it, so I made it more blue and more pink. So I got that grey sort of feel to it, so it looked felt more like wood. And then on the sky, again, same sort of principle. Now then, notice, I'm glad I got this actually. Notice now that the mask, because it's a colour range, because now I'm working on it, is that. Can you see? So when I did the sky, I didn't just select the sky, because if you select the sky, what would happen to the white clouds if I made the blue darker?
They'll be darker.
Yeah. So I said to it, actually, I want to darken the sky, but I don't want to darken the clouds. So on my mask, when I created the mask, so I'd come over to my mask here. I'll just get rid of this because I can't see when I'm working. So when I did the mask, what I would create a new mask, I didn't select sky. I did color range. And by doing colour range, then I can select the blue. Now can you see it? Select the blue. It's left all the clouds alone. But if I don't, and I'll just get rid of that now. If I don't, and I choose sky, let's create a new mask, and I select sky. Whoops, select sky. Come on. It's done all. Can you see all the clouds are white? It all changed as well. So if I now change that, it changes the white as well. Can you see? And you might like that effect. You might say, actually, I like it. It takes the white out. Whereas with mine, if I switch that off and I work on this one, I'm just changing the blue look. The clouds stay the same. Can you see?
Yeah, it's nice because the white's surrounding the...
Yeah, exactly. So sometimes you want, you do want the white. So these masks are now absolutely brilliant. And I know Brian's not here, but I know Brian's took some pictures with skies in. So when you're working on it, think about what the element of the picture is. Do I want all of it, including the sky, or do I just want the blue parts of it? Yeah. So I decided on this one, you know what? I said, I'll get rid of that. I'm not saying it's wrong, but I just wanted to work on the sky. So that was the difference between the two. Oh,
it's a bit like Darth Vader, doesn't it?
1 second, I keep forgetting to come out of the mask, because if you do Command and Tab, it does something as a new mask. So there you go. Come on, wake up. There you go.
Which one do you prefer?
Yeah, it's just coming back. It's just rendering. There you go. So the one on the left is very green, isn't it? And the one on the right is quite woody and hard. And don't get me wrong, I think the one on the left with the greens may be true. I don't know. But I felt the one on the right, without the greeny part on, and emphasize the texture, because that's what it's about. It's telling me it's made of wood. You can just imagine rubbing your hands on it. So love it. Good shot, Margaret. So what was it? How big was it?
It was quite big, but I don't know what it was.
No, I didn't know whether it's supposed to be an effigy, a person or a shape of a person.
Like an abstract post, wasn't it?
Yeah. Other things you can try, I know I'm terrible at changing diagonals, is if you ever see anything like this, don't be frightened to, if I can wake up, come on, catch up. Is to take your image so you got it on an angle. Yeah. So it goes corner to corner. And I often do it on some buildings. Obviously, I can't do that because I ain't got enough. But if I went into Photoshop, in fact, I might do that for next week. Take this into Photoshop, increase the canvas size and take it at an angle. See what it looks like. So it looks like that, a bit more mysterious. In fact, actually, if it would have let me go past the limits at an angle like that, that's interesting too. So don't always, I mean, you're pretty creative anyway, Margaret. Just reset that. But yeah, just when we went to Lincoln, remember, I know Roger did because he took some pictures. There was outside that cafe, there was the like a fountain, a little thing outside near, just up from the cinema on Brave Hall. And we looked at that, and I think Ron was there with us as well. And we said to Ron, let's just get round and change the angles. So we take a picture, and it was almost like when we did 10 in 10 on the marketplace, where you go and you take a picture, and you go in, and then you take 10 more just of that object that within that picture. And you can't move too far away, and you can rotate around, look up, change your angles. And these are sort of images that you can do. Take a picture, go, yeah, I wonder what happened if I did this. And instead of zipping around, stop and just say, I'm going to work on this one. I think there's something here. And see where you get to it. Even to the point, getting it even closer, looking up to make it look even taller, Margaret, with a wide angle lens. These are all the artistic parts of it. So, but yeah, nice shot. I like it. I'll close that off. This is obviously one of your scary shots, is it? She's on to him upstairs. They're both on the phone to him. They're on the iCloud. Oh yeah. Anyway, hi heaven. Yeah, great. And this is back with that other one that Linda took. It's nice when you get pictures like this. And you can make it timeless as well if you took all the colour off, did it as a black and white. Because a lot of people picture, often when they're in black and white, they seem to be more about the subject. I mean, I love this. And if you said describe it, because those two nuns in blue, things, and whereas if it was a black and white, and I'm going to do it very quickly, what do you see? Well, it's two nuns on the phone. Straight away, I've changed my perspective and attitude towards this picture because I've took the colour out of it. And because the colour was quite dominant in there, you said, what is it? Oh, it's two, nuns in a blue dress on a phone, whatever, and do I need that information, or is it all about her and that picture and that phone? But I love it. It's great, isn't it? I mean, there's pictures within pictures here. You could crop in even as well. I'm not saying I would, but, you look at the images here, isn't it, as well? But then again, you're in their world. Now, when you did your original one, which I thought was really good, of course, it's now, whoops, go back again. It's about the environment as well, isn't it? So, but I like it, yeah. So I think that's one of your scary shots, is it?
Could be.
Yeah. I can't remember what PTK something he used to send his nuns. He had nuns at school. He said they got no sense of humour, none. And he said they used to send them a Valentine's card every year, from God. Yeah. Oh, anyway, we won't go into religion today. Okay, let's have a look at some more then. So let's go back to library. Move all your faces a minute. Now, Roger obviously went to a different place. So he went to the gay pride thing in, looks like Lincoln. He's got a couple from all over. I like this, Roger. I'm going to make it a bit, I'm going to just darken this because I keep doing this. That's it. I prefer that. I can see it better now. I like this.
Gary?
Yeah.
I was away and the only folder I got on my laptop was York.
No, it's all right. Good. I like it. I'm just going to go back to develop so I can look at the history. That's where I was. There. Nice. Yeah, that's where I was. So I like that. And I just thought it wanted a bit more of a kick to it. And I thought, does she need a bag there? And she's got clothes. And so all I did was I zoomed in a bit more, put him on the third, and I stuck a couple of masks on. I lightened him up, so I chose him. And then there's him, so I lightened him up a bit. And then I actually darkened the background off, and I actually took a little bit of clarity out of it. Now, when we come to start looking at all the new Lightroom features, there is a facility where you can blur the background and as if you shot with a 2.8 lens, if you want to, so you get the background out. Interesting enough, I was looking at the stone as well. Can everybody else see this here on the wall? Can you see that?
Yeah.
That piece of stone, and it looks like something religious, does it not? Do you think so?
Well, like a head.
A little gargoyle.
Yeah.
Well, again, you looked at it, I think it looks like a statue or a religious sort of statue. So I can see a head.
That looks like
I see two arms coming down, then its legs. And it looks like it could have been somebody on a cross, And I just saw that. I kept thinking, what is that? And I kept,
Harry?
Yeah.
I think you'll find that a lot of the stones that are there were taken from the old abbey and when they built the wall.
Maybe. I know where it is, exactly where it is.
Border terrier.
But I can't remember seeing, but it might be just because the way it's focused, it looks a little, and I thought, is that supposed to be there? Anyway, so there he is. So yeah, so what I did, I cropped him, got rid of her a little bit. There is obviously in Lightroom the facility to remove objects, but I have yet to get it to go. It's supposed to be this magic erase here. You're supposed to be able to go over it like this.
No.
And it's supposed to then miraculously make it disappear. And I've yet to get it to work properly. I have tried numerous times, and it says analyze and look, and it don't work. It's supposed to be the best thing now. It really is good, and I can't get it to work. It maybe I'm asking too much from it, but in on one, if you did that, it had all disappeared. So, but guess what? In Photoshop, when you do it, it works very well. Anyway, so that's what I did with that one, Roger. So I cropped in a bit.
He almost posed for me because he twigged me as I took it.
What, sorry?
Said he almost posed for me because he twigged me just as I took it because he's looking straight at me.
Yeah, I thought you were going to come across and ask something for Christmas, perhaps. Who knows? Right. The other thing was, these pictures are so difficult, aren't they? You know, you've got to get them on the right day. So on this image we have here, what could Roger have done to improve it? Well, it's difficult because, yeah, we can change the composition slightly. It's shot from a distance, so all the buildings are compressed together, which are okay. But now you've got a very flat image. So if I'd have got time, I would have gone through and made each of these houses in the foreground slightly lighter. So as you go back, it goes darker, or you can go the opposite way, darker at the front, lighter at the back. The sun didn't help him because it was a flat picture, so there is no 3D effect in the building. So what you'd have to do is paint down this side, paint down this side. In fact, let's just do it quickly with brush. Let's just drop the exposure down. So what we'd have to do to try and put some 3D, I'm going to get crazy. I've done it too much because I've just realized what I've done. Come back. So you'd have to come down. Oh, gosh. Just a little bit. It's so difficult because the tones are all there as well. And I'm rushing down this. But what I'm saying is you've ended up trying to create a 3D image, aren't you? Just by putting shape onto it. And it's a very difficult shot. It's one of those you either get, you don't, and it depends on the light. So I did do a little bit on it, Roger, and I darkened up a couple of the foreground buildings when it'll wake up. And I did a lot of masks, as you can see. So effectively what I did a mask on the foreground of the buildings down here. We did the background. Let me just put the masks on so you can see as I'm doing them. I did the sky. I put a bit of vignette on it. I painted those buildings to give a little detail down the sides. I picked a few of the foreground buildings up. I made the tree a little bit more information, and I darkened that down. So I went from this. Oh, I keep forgetting to come out of the mask. Oh, my goodness, what a giddy ant I am today. I have to come out to do N. Otherwise, it won't let me do it. Come on, catch up. There you go. So, yeah, granted, I've made that a bit of a mess on the left, but effectively what I tried to do was to make the foreground buildings separate from the abbey itself. Minster, I should say. Is it York Minster? It isn't it? Yeah. So I tried just to create, but it was difficult, right? Because the light was from behind you, so you've got no light to help you give a 3D effect. But then I thought to myself, you know what though? Where is the image? Is that what you wanted, Roger? Because then everything's going up on its own. So it was a difficult shot. So, yeah, you weren't blessed with the light that day. Then we went to this one. And I didn't mind the Dutch tilt. You've got colour in there, the yellow. And I think the yellow is quite important because it led you into the image. And I also liked the structure of the roof. There's two elements to this. You've got the piece through the middle. So we have... Let's get my brush, and I've got to remember now that I have to go on this side of the page to get a brush. So you've got this part of the picture, you've got this big element of it, and you've got this bit. So there's three parts to the picture, effectively. And the bit in the middle is a bit like the custard cream, which I haven't had for ages. So if anybody wants to send me some custard creams from England, because we can't get them here,
got some here.
Send me some custard creams in the post. Yeah, the sandwich bit in the middle, this is your custard. Oh, stop it. I'll just clear those all off. So I like that. So I ended up doing this to it when it wakes up. Come on. It's been a bit of a mare this morning. So I've increased the yellows in it. So the yellow becomes more dominant now. And it's leading me in. And I put a little bit more light in the roof and made it a little bit more sharper. And we had the same thing on this one. In fact, I'll just make sure before I do it, because I think I did that. Let me just reset. Same sort of image picture, and I just changed a little bit of the roof. So I've got this element of the picture. There we go. Again, there are not a lot of changes. I just tried to emphasize the roof structure in this a little bit more because it was such a dominant feature. It's 2/3 of the image. And I just, this as a stations go is amazing. Whoever designed this, when you think about buildings, let's make a big building with still, and then let's make it curved. And you think, what? Oh, let's curve the building, let's curve the station, let's curve everything, And I think it's an amazing station, one of my favourite stations in the country. But it's a great picture. So,
Gary,
yeah.
Linda was just asking, why do they call it a Dutch tilt?
Do you know something? I've never questioned that. And I heard people say it's the Dutch tilt, the Dutch tilt. That's one for me to find out for next week. For you. As a photographer, I should know better, but I don't know. I've heard it said it's just stick to it. A bit of a Dutch tilt, yeah. Good question. Good question, Linda. You hadn't dropped to sleep after all. So there was Rogers, not quite barely, but you know what? You can't be everywhere, can you, Roger? What time is it? And we'll do runs and then we'll have a break. And then, because I want to do those things. Now then, I weren't sure what you were trying to do with me on this. So I left it in. I thought, well, yeah, so the beech bushes, but tell me, what was you thinking? I think there's something there, but I'm not sure what I'm looking for. So what are you aiming for on this one, Ron?
It was just basically the hole in the hedge.
The hole in the hedge, okay. So in which case then, to do that one, I thought that was your concept of it. What I'd do is I'd have stuck Tony in there. We're going to have to just emphasize the whole thing. So do that. Yeah? Before, after. Now I'm looking down the hole. Does that make sense?
Mm.
Yeah? Now I understand what it's about. I thought it was, but it's just a pity you hadn't got something. There is a structure or a window or something on the right, or I don't know. But yeah, get Tony's a famous model. Get Tony to stand in there next time. But yeah, I understand now. I thought it was. I thought you were trying to show going through a hole in the wall or down through a hole. Okay, next one. This is similar to what Margaret got. Margaret went more for a pano, so I think Margaret went for something like oh no, I'm not with that because I've got the lock on. Margaret decided, I think Margaret went for something more like that, Margaret, didn't you? Yeah. So you went more for, oh, come on, computer, catch up. There you go, something more like that. So Ron went for the full one, and you went for that. So I looked at this run, and I like Margaret's. I thought, yeah, great shot, nice, interesting. But this sky, there's a lot of it. Now, you could replace sky in Photoshop, which is brilliant for these sort of images. And you can see you've got some shadow. The sun is coming from left to right. And I just very quickly had a bit of a play. I thought I'll have a bit of artistic play with it. And I just put the sky back in. And that is your sky, by the way. And all I did was I did dehaze it. So you'll come down to your sky. Let's come back down. I did a sky. When it all catches up, there's the sky. And I did the exposure, turned the exposure down a bit. And I saw a bit of blue sky. So I thought, oh, I wonder if dehaze will pick it out. So I went down to dehaze and I dehazed it. There it is, look. And I just dehazed it. I saw the blue sky appear. So I thought, I'll leave that in there now. You can go way over the top, but it makes a mess of it. But that was another one that you can do just to get a bit more in the clouds. And then I just put a bit of a vignette, a linear gradient, just to keep the top a bit darker. And then I lightened up like Margaret had. I lightened up the foreground here just to get that reflection. Now look at the reflection on that one as opposed to that one. It's a bit flatter, just a bit more, come on, catch up, computer and internet. And that one looks a little bit sharper in the bottom. And then, like what Margaret probably did, I just paint a little bit across the reeds and the flowers. But it's a nice picture. Then I saw this picture and I thought, love it. There was something about this, and I'll show you what I had before and after. So I went crazy. I just had 2 minutes while it was about 7:30 this morning. I thought, I'm going to have a fiddle with this, just a quick one. And that was your original image. Okay, that was your original image. And I just like, you got some light coming through the eye here. And I like the sky. And I thought, I'm going to do something really balmy with it. And I did that. I don't know why. I just had a fiddle and it came. I mean, it was quick croon and the edges weren't doing. But there was something about that light on the nose and one of the eyes that made me go, wow. And it honestly, it took me all of probably 40 seconds, 30 seconds. I just did a mask, another mask, and did it on the sky. And I got that. And I just thought, you know what, I love it. And it's a very similar to the face as to what there is in Lincoln on that wall. Can you remember?
Yeah, in the Guild Centre.
Yeah, that's right. At the, what's it called?
What is it? Drill hall.
Drill hall, that's it, yeah. And I just thought, I mean, don't get me wrong, I was a bit quick and crude and the edges weren't tied up, but I might have overdone it on the eye a bit. But there was something about it I just absolutely loved. So I like the shot, Ron. I love the position, what you've done with the shot. And you know why as well? We always tell you to put a face to look into space, yeah? However, not always. If you put a face looking out of an image, you create tension. And I always harp on about, as we're doing more and more video with Roger and Tony and Norman, you start to look at some of the movies, and Netflix and Amazon, Netflix in particular, do a lot of their own movies and things. And I know I harp on about The Handmaid's Tale. The Handmaid's Tale is a classic. They use colour and they use position of images of faces or bodies to create severe tension in the image. And it is amazing. You know when the villain's coming because you got this topazy green colour appear because you know that that's the women, that shouldn't be there. And then you get the image of a man looking out, literally sat on a chair with his nose almost off the screen, and you think there's somebody behind him, there's something going off. What? Because we always know that if you show a picture with somebody to the right, there's somebody behind them in a mysterious picture. So in an image, you think, oh my God, or something else is going on. By the way, Ron, as well, all those leaves in the top corner, give them the chance, I'd pick every one of those leaves out so they were really standing out as well. And I've blobbed on the nose there in the middle, but it was just a 10-second wonder. But I think the image has got so much going for it that if you had time to be creative on this, you could have an incredible, and I just love the blue sky and the green leaves. And I didn't get time to pick them all out, but I'll do a colour range and you could subtract and all those green leaves would just suddenly go pow and come back. But I didn't get time. It was early in the morning. I got all this to look at. And then, of course, I went to your next picture, which is I take it like a Trojan horse. Nothing wrong with it. A couple of things that you could do. The people, there is somebody in the background here. There he is. I don't know who it is. Looks like he's on the toilet. And we've also got this red thing here. So take those out. I think there was something down here. I noticed something else sat down there. It might be one of your lot's bags, photograph bag. And while I thought that, I thought, you know what? I loved it so much. I liked the image it was. Unusual to show the image going away. Now, I'm not disappointed in you, Ron, because it's a great picture, but I know we went to Chatsworth House. And when we came down from the top, there was this image, can you remember? And we all did it look like they were flying through the sky. We all went around. I said, right, take your picture and walk around it and find a new angle. This is an unusual angle. It's as if the horse doesn't want to be with you. If you ever try to train a horse, anybody that has a horse, you'll know that if you go to a horse, it'll walk away. So if you just give it a second, stand there, then turn your back to the horse will come back to you. And this is what reminded me of this picture. This horse has turned away from you. So the thing is, turn around and walk away from it. And I just love the position of the shot, Ron. Yeah, go around, look at other images, take pictures of the legs. It'd be nice to stood on that front leg and looked up at its face and see what you get. A bit like Margaret did with that other statue. And then I just thought,
that, but it didn't work for me.
Okay, that's good. No, exactly. And you can only try it. That's what I'm saying. But I like what you've done. I like the fact that you've got this image of a horse, and it's a big bloody horse. And yeah, it's doing what horses do. They sometimes they'll walk away and stand away, and you have to turn your back, they'll come back to you. Tony knows more about horses. Tony will tell you all about it. And I just thought, you know what, while I'm being artistic, I thought, you know, I'm going to have a play with this picture. And it's gone too much because I was rushing around and I turned that up a bit too high. And I just played with the colour. I just having a funny 5 minutes before. But I just love the image. I think your image is obviously better. Just wants a bit of both. And bear in mind, when you do these sliders, when you're doing masks, when you click on a mask and you're working on it, such as this one, you can always just turn the amount down. So, and it will automatically turn everything down in the corner. So that is probably more in keeping with your image. And I've darkened the background down slightly, made the horse stand forward. So that's where your original image, the horse is dark and the surrounds are light. I've turned it around so the image itself that we're looking at is lighter, using the sunlight that's on it to darken it up and darken the rest off. And I think another great image. So well done. So do you want a cup of tea now since it's gone 10 o'clock? Have a quick cuppa. We'll have 10 minutes and then we'll do, I think we've got 2 left. We've got, who we got left? We've got Teresa and Tony, yeah. But I like that one, Ron. There's something about that image I like. And that was a rushed image, but I just love the position you've done in the face. Brilliant. Love it. Absolutely love it. So, yeah, have a quick break. We'll have a cup of tea and then we'll carry on with the other images. Okay? Okay. Well, this is obviously a picture of a local crazy man. And it was funny because when you said Burley, my head suddenly said, oh, Burley horse trials. Oh, fear. Yeah, that'll be good because when they come to a fence or when they do. And then you realise that it's not Burley horse, it's just the house. But there you have, you found something with fear. So it's a competition, I think, for the scary picture between this crazy man and a pair of nuns on the phone to God.
You can't tell, but there was mirrors everywhere. So he's actually doing that into a mirror.
Is he really? Oh, gosh. Well, if it can't be Dracula then, because in the mirror, you can't see anybody's reflection, can you? So we're safe. Tony, you're safe. We know you're human now. Yeah, because vampires, you can't see reflections of vampires, can you?
He doesn't have speckly hands. I just put a grainy overlay on it.
Yeah, it's good. No, I think the speckly bit looks good. It makes him look really like, he almost looks, what's the word? The Walking Dead. Very good. Tony, make sure you sign your model release form. Okay, so let's go on to Teresa's second picture. Now, I've seen this on 2 different shots, so this is quite interesting. When I saw this, I thought, I love the pastel colours, and then I kept thinking, do I like the pastel colours? Don't I like the pastel colours? Do I like? And I weren't sure. And because I got out of bed grumpy this morning, I thought I'm going to have a look at Teresa's picture, and I ended up with that. I just toned it down a bit. Now, I weren't sure because there's something about the softness of this, but I'm not a lavender sort of soft person. I actually, when I looked at this Teresa as well, I actually came down to noise reduction and I just made it even softer. And then I even looked at going down here and just put a bit of vignette to make me look through. And then I went back to what I did seriously, very quickly. There's no mass. I just did a couple of changes just to put the colours so they look, but it looks slightly still magenta cast. And when I took the magenta out of it, I thought, well, I've probably gone too much on the magenta. Let's come out even more. Then it lacked a little bit. I don't know. It looked like a normal picture, whereas yours looked somewhat arty-farty. If that's is that a correct word of saying it? So that to me is the harsher version of it. I'll put the colour back where I had it because I was trying to mimic what she was doing, just to give that feel of lavender come sort of purple. So I'm throwing open to comment. Which one do you prefer? Do you prefer more of a soft, palatable, artistic one, or more of a, as you see it, probably, I don't know.
It's subjective, isn't it? Because that's one on the left is Teresa's style.
Yeah.
If you hadn't seen yours, you would love the one on the left.
Yeah.
But I think they're equally. I've got the exact same shot, and I really played around with it. And
did you? Well, I've destroyed your picture. Sorry. Oh, I may not have. Wait a minute. Just have a look. See who's coming up next. Tony. No, it's Tony's picture, so that's why I've destroyed. So yeah. So these two. So, what do you think? Anybody's got any comments on it?
I think they're both nice in their own ways.
Yeah.
I like the way you picked up the light.
Pictures.
You like what? Sorry, Margaret.
Like a bit more contrasting pictures rather than have them merging into each other. But that's just my preference, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And this is why, with art or photography, it's it's what you see and what you like, isn't it? That's the nice thing. Good one. Okay, so that's another one. Ooh. Come on out, light. Oh dear, I broke it. Lightroom, isn't it? Oh, it's caught up now. Then I saw this picture. Yeah, lovely.
This is supposed to be fear as well, because it was watching, it was like scared of us.
Ooh, good point. Yeah, good fear picture, yeah.
Did you get that with no gate in front of it?
Not between trees.
Oh, there's trees, yeah.
Yeah. And then I looked at it and I thought, I changed it a little bit and I thought, you know something? There's a bit more into this. And I went to that.
Yeah.
So now, subjective.
I think I like the more contrasty one.
Yeah, but I think it's a bit over the top.
Yeah.
The
thing is, it's finding a happy balance, isn't it?
It is.
Especially in the short term, I looked this morning at it. And I thought, I'll have a look at this. And all I've done, literally, and it took me all of a minute, if that. Obviously, a couple of changes just to pull the colour up. And then I literally darkened off the background and took that pink out of it. Can you see? That's
we were a long way away.
Yeah.
None of us could get very good shots.
No, it's great. You got that one.
And I only picked that one out because it was like, oh, look, there's people.
What I did, I tried to just to isolate them, and I took that pinky magenta cast out of the background, which you get on those trees. So what I've done is take that, so they just stand out a little bit more. And then on the other one, it just made it a little bit more contrasting. So that's all.
I just worked on the individual deer because they're not in focus, to be honest.
So they're not too bad. No, they're not bad. They're not bad. Not bad. But I mean, that was, oh, there you go. That's changed it there. Back, forward, before and after. But I think it's a nice picture. I like it. It does, and Linda's right. It looks like they're through the gates at first. When I looked at it, I thought, oh, it's through the gates, but they're not. And I love the way the canopy's coming down on the top. So you got the tree over the top and the two posts, you know, the tree trunks with the metal railings to stop them eating all the bark. Yeah, it looks good, doesn't it? It's a nice little letterbox shot, isn't it? Looking through into somebody else's world. So, yeah, good one. Well,
the depth of field's nice on that.
The what, sorry?
Depth of field at the front is nice.
Yeah, I looked at that and I thought, I'm leaving that in because I love it. It just leads you in. And the reason why it leads you in is because when we look at, let me just get annotate back up. So we've got this area here. Then we've got this area here. Then you've got this area. Then you've got this area. Then you've got this area there. And you've got that there. And you've also got this area. So, you know, trees are, knowingly or not knowingly, she's created a nice landscape picture because we've got levels and zones. It leads you into the picture. Everything's got. Now, I hear people say, you know, if it was on a lake, you'd have a rock here at the front to lead you into the picture. But these lines are doing just exactly that. That one, that one, that one, that one. I love how these pillars hold you in. And then, of course, you've got this lovely canopy at the top. Holds your picture in. So I am looking, obviously, now at the most important bit because trees are wanting me to look at that. And that, is the deer in here. It's a great picture. Compositionally, it's great, isn't it?
It's lovely.
Yeah, good one. Well done. Right, let's have a look. Oops, what happened there? Something very strange. The computer's just done something very odd. Ooh, scary. Okay, I'll get Lightroom back up. Let's come back on. Okay, how strange. I will now go to who was the last one? Tony's. There, that's a good chat. This is a good one for us all to talk about. Tony's pictures. So Tony took this picture. Tony, what did you see in this picture? What was you aiming for? By the way, the light worked perfect for you, didn't it? The sun.
I think it was just the sort of darkness of it against the sky.
Yeah.
I mean, the files I sent you were essentially unedited. I mean, I did edit them, and I did things with the sky and everything.
I like the fact is the sun helped you there, because with the sunshine at an angle, it made the sun's rays off it, if that's what it's supposed to be, the sun. The spiky rays coming off are all different colours, aren't they? So it creates a great 3D image. So the light couldn't have asked for better. 10 o'clock lighting is fantastic, even to the point, this bit here, look at that bit, it was wavy. So it really looks good, doesn't it? And I looked at that and I thought, you know, the sky don't help it. And I didn't want to put a new sky on. So I said, I wonder what the sky's like behind it. I thought, oh, there it is. Now, there is a little bit of artifacts in the sky. I'm not worried about that. They can be adjusted and changed. But I thought, and again, very simple, Tony. If you want to know how I just changed this, I'll just have a look. Come on, catch up. There you go. I got rid of them dust marks. There's 2 dust marks on your sensor. It's on all your pictures, by the way. So you got some dust mark on your sensor somewhere.
Yeah, I'll sort them out.
Yeah, and then I went to a mask, and I got the mask, and I got the subject, and I made a bit of changes to pick this stone up, a bit of texture. So I put a bit of clarity on there. Did I not? Yeah, a bit of clarity. Look in on the right-hand panel. So I selected that. Then I selected the background where the sky is, and I made an adjustment. And then I just went through a colour range just to pick up this dome here. You can see the mask is on here. There's the colour mask. I asked it to pick up the certain tones in here, and then I changed the colour slightly just to get that extra bit of warmth in it, because the sun was there. And I think it's come out well. Did I put I was meant to put a vignette on it. Did I end up putting a vignette on there? I didn't, and I was going to do, and I don't know why I didn't. So if I go back to here, just put a bit of vignette in the sky just to give it that spatial look. So this was before and after.
Terry, Linda's not got yours.
I've got
She's
you eating some toast.
You know, toast. Well, hit the escape key because you're viewing me rather than as the last speaker, and get on your just share. Look at your screen. I don't know.
Oh, that's it. Weird.
You got it?
Yeah.
So yeah, one on the left is like Tony said, and one on the right. And can you see what I've done with the colour of the sun? I've just brought it out a little bit more, so I've made it look more metallic rather than orange.
How did you do that, Gary?
I went into here. So if I go back to here, and let's just select that picture and come out of it. Come on, there we go. Select. Come on, catch up, computer. It is really going slow today. There we go. So I went into the mask, and on here I did a colour range. So colour range, I created a mask, and I said, do a colour range and choose the range of colour that was on this dome here, look. And effectively, come on, there you go. So it saw the colours, and I just refined the colours slightly, so it picked it out, and I just warmed them up a fraction. And when I warmed them or changed the colour, I just changed the exposure slightly as well to make it so it stood out better. So yeah, these masks now are incredibly good. Like you can do a vignette in the background from top to bottom, But obviously, when you not vignette, sorry. When you do a linear gradient, you come through the picture, it would affect the foreground. But now you can do, of course, if you go into here, and we can do intersect. So we could put a mask on there. So if I did it on Tony's on here, and we create a mask, and we create a linear gradient, and we make it go dark, you see now the image, that goes dark, doesn't it? But if we do an intersect with select subject, and it might just pick it out, now that is the wrong way around, so I got it back to front. So we do invert. Oh, that's come out rather strange. Didn't mean to do that, but that's interesting, isn't it? That's really interesting.
Still do it on background.
I meant to intersect with it, and I intersected it back to front, but never mind. So what I'm saying is, with an intersect, you can do a linear gradient with an intersect with a subject, and by rights, I should have got. But I like how that's come out actually. So you take the subject of the linear gradient, but hey, I like that, Tony. How about that? That's really weird, isn't it? Okay, so yeah, back to mask then. I'm just going to come down here and just put that on there to make. Oh, look at that, Tony. That's different now. So that's what I ended up with. In fact, I'm going to copy that, Tony. I like that. Sometimes you make a mistake and things happen. You think, oh, that's good. So, okay, yeah, let's have a question on this one. Which one do you like?
The middle one.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? I'd softened the vignette slightly, but how weird is that? But the original is on the left, the one I did on the right this morning, and that by accident. Anyway, there you go.
But you don't know what you did.
Yeah, I did. I intersected it back to front. I inverted it, but I inverted the linear gradient. That's what I did. I was being too quick. Never mind. Right, let's look at this one. So we're going back to what you said about the water. Did anybody walk through there, by the way?
When you walk up to it, it goes off.
Does it? Oh, that's clever, isn't it? I like that. That's a clever idea. So I looked at that and I thought, yeah, it's okay. I like that, Jen. I like the concept of it. I like the fact that the light's coming through, so it makes the water whiter. But I just wanted to do something with it, and I ended up doing when it catches up.
Looks like there's little birds at the top of birds' heads at the top on the left-hand side there.
A bird's head?
Yeah, where the water comes up at the left-hand side.
Humour.
It looked like conference.
You know this medication you're on, Linda? Can you send me some? I'm liking this. Bird's head, okay. So, yeah, I did that to it. Rightly or wrongly, I just had to play with this morning. Again, masks. 4 masks when it wakes up. I did the pillars. So there's a pillar mask. Yeah, and I just lightened up certain areas to pick the stone up. I made the foreground slightly more metallic. So I did some exposed shades, a couple of shadows, just to make the tiles stand out. Then I went to the water, and I tried to find any highlights I wanted to pick out. So I wanted the water splash on the water in the reflection, and I wanted to lighten the trees up a little bit. So I did that. And then the sky was a little bit bright, so I did that to it. So I just did a simple sky one. So that's what I started off with. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just having a look. Oh, I forget. I'm in mask mode. I keep forgetting I'm in mask mode. And you can't go anything when you're in mask mode. Come on. Come out of mask mode. Right, I think I'm out of mask mode now. Yep, we are. So all I did, I changed it slightly. I picked some of the shadow detail up on the left-hand side on the stones, just lightened it up a little bit. Took that slight warmth out of it, made it more cooler because it's water, and I picked up the reflection and the glare look in the slabs at the front. So the slab look more defined, give it more crisper edge to it, so they're more defined. And I also straightened up the pillars. I went into transform because it's slightly leaning in, so I've opened it out, so I squared them up. So I ran through on this one. Ooh, go back to that one, come to this. I went to transform. Come on, catch up, computer. I don't know why it's doing some odd things this morning. I want to kick up the teeth. Right, I went to transform and I did, oh, come on. There you go. Now it's caught up. And I just did uprights, just pull these uprights on here. They look guided. And it's not going to show me. Oh, it's come up. It's just caught up. So, yeah, put one across there and one up either pillar just to square it up. Whereas before, it was slightly out of shape. Can you see? Watch it, it's changing. God, what is happening to the computer this morning? There you go. So it's just squared it up. Yeah. So that's what we got with that one. I like that, Tony. Good one. Then we went to Tony's next shot was this one. I love this idea with the trunk on the left and the thing. But my eye was wandering around. I was searching and I was looking and I couldn't quite see. So I wanted something to lead in. So I changed it to this. So I made the water slightly darker. And on the left-hand side, I noticed there was a little bit of light on the ivy. So I picked that tree up a little bit, lightened it, and I made it so, I'll just do it and I'll just put them side by side. I just love the green on the tree on the left, look. And I thought, looking at that, I thought it just led your eye a little bit better. I don't know whether you all agree or disagree, I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's just rendered up on my end. Sorry, it was taking a while. And I crisped it, I made it a little bit more clarity. So I darkened the water. I picked some of the detail up in the bulrushes or the reeds at the bottom, and I used that tree, and I darkened the leaves in the top, and I darkened a little bit on the left on the tree trunk. But then where that little ivy was brighter, I just picked them up with a brush, flow about 10 to 15%, and I just went over the leaves that I thought wanted to stand out. And I just thought it added a bit to it. And I love the bit at the bottom here. I wanted to pick up this bit here. It's just leading down to the bottom. So when you look at it now, I just love that little bit gnarly bit at the bottom. So, yeah, and like Tony said, it just sent them through as it were, which is fine. Oh, here we go. It's doing some odd things today. There we go. So I like that one. I love the concept of leading in. I love the big tree trunk, Tony. I loved it. Nice idea. Then the last one of the day. This is the face, which Ron did a different picture too as well.
Okay.
And I just wanted to make it stand out, so I did that. Oh, it's rendered up now. And if I put them side by side, there you go. I just tried, there's a strange woman in the background, isn't there?
Very strange.
Tourists, bloody tourists get everywhere. They get in the way, don't they? But yeah, I just wanted to pick up the metallic. I just felt I could feel that the welds, the metal on the left, it was soft and I weren't sure the material. But when I look on the right now, you can get a sense of the metal that's made it up. And again, did it with the colour range, Tony. Found the colour range and I sharpened it up using the colour as a mask and brightened it up a little bit. But other than that, it's very similar to what you'd done. Good. Like it. So which one do you prefer, left or right?
Right, yeah.
It just emphasises what it's got, isn't it? Yeah. I like them when we went to Chatsworth, did similar with the statues in Chatsworth. Can you remember? We're good.
Tend to do not very much editing on my pictures.
No, it's good. It's good, isn't it? We need to get rid of that strange woman on the right, but other than that, it's fine. I like it. It's really good. Nice set of images. Well done. Great. So you got quite a few pictures to look at. Question is, grid. Do you want me to take out duplicates and leave in any changes?
Yeah, it's up to you.
I'll tell you what then, let's do a collection. I'll go through them.
Shouldn't it?
Should be, if we're voting, it should be.
Yeah, just leave our originals on. Gary.
That's what I'm going to do. I was going to take it off. In fact, yeah, of course I can. I can do, 1 minute. I can do, it's because my thing's on the top. Got it, found it. If I take off any virtual copies, there's the virtual copies. I'm going to copy them, Command All, create a new folder, call them virtuals. No, only, okay, then only, can I do an inverse of that? Oh, yeah, I have done. Okay, there's all the originals. I'll move that out of the way. I'll do that. Come on. Oh, come on. Sorry, it's doing some very odd things today. There we go. There, they're all up. Is anybody's pictures missing before I open up the voting? No, we're okay? Right, let's get up AI composition. I'm just going to come out here a second, stop share, because I need polls and quizzes. Right, I'm going to go back. I can't understand why it's doing some very odd things today. Has your quiz come up? Is it still showing?
No, it's image choice time come up.
Yeah, is there like a questionnaire come up?
Yes.
Oh, that's okay. It's just gone off mine. I'm just wondering why it's gone off mine, but it's because it's on yours. That's okay, as long as you've got it.
You're going to do something for individual pictures this time.
Favorite image, and then the other one is the theme, which is
yes, but yeah, favorite image. But he was going to have the image so you could pick a particular image.
Oh yeah, I tried to do that in Zoom. Yeah, gosh, it was a nightmare. Yeah. If we're doing it next time, when we name our images to send in, it might be better if we put your name and the number.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I can probably do it. But when you do a file name, I've got to try and strip that file name, bit strip it to find out whose it is, so it can put it in the questionnaire. And it was getting quite complicated. So how about if I rename these and give them all a no, can't, because then it's a number. Okay, what I'll do next time, because I did look on the Zoom forum site, is if I renumber them for the competition for a number and an initial of the name or whatever, and then I'll do the questionnaire based upon you can choose a number. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that for next time. But for this week, yeah, just choose one that you like.
Just one, yeah.
Do you want me to colour them into different people so you can see which is whose?
Yeah.
Let's see if I can do that then very quickly, because we know that these are Linda's and first four. Is that right?
Yeah.
So they can be. Oh,
I've already voted, Gary.
oh, it's okay. That's fine then. Yeah, good. So we'll change them to Linda's.
Plus, the theme was fair, wasn't it?
The theme was fair, yeah. So yeah.
Well, I voted on both of them.
These were Rogers. So I'm going to make Rogers yellow. Margaret's as, it's Margaret's, it's a split. So Margaret's is that one, that one, that one. You had three, Margaret, did you?
Oh,
which is your fourth one?
oh.
It's that water one. It's down the river, isn't it?
No, the nuns.
Nuns.
Nuns. Yeah.
On the bottom row.
I got it. So Margaret's is green. Teresa's is going to be this one, which is your third one, Teresa.
We need to go. Do we need to look at the picture and the feet?
That one, isn't it? Yeah, I'm just showing. And then who else is there? I'm just trying to separate them. I'll do Ron's. So that's one of yours. Ron's, isn't it? That's Ron's. That's Ron's. You got a fourth one, Ron? Was there a fourth? Yes, that one, isn't it? So Ron's is that colour. So Tony's is uncoloured. And then the rest of all coloured. Okay, I'll make them so we can see them a bit easier. There you go. Does that help a little bit so you can see who they are?
Gary, I submitted mine and picked the best picture, but then didn't do the bottom one.
I've lost you. I can hear Neko.
Sorry. I'll talk through Linda's. Do I have to press the button?
No.
I chose my image choice and then I sent it off without doing the picture.
That's okay, as long as you know who it was.
Oh yeah, I know it was, but yeah, okay.
Good. It's doing some very odd things today. So I'm going to stop share. I'm going to share my desktop again because for some bizarre reason, I've lost the Lightroom, the quiz. How bizarre. Oh, it's just come back up. Oh, it's now come back up. Okay, image choice time. Okay.
So what's the different colours? The green is who?
The green is... green is Margaret's.
If you want to know, if you show me which picture, I'll tell you who's it is.
Then you've got a different type of green, or do you call that yellow?
It's yellow. Yellow's Roger's. If you look underneath, it's like a yellow label. Look underneath.
And blues is Teresa's, yeah?
Yeah, and yours was red. I don't know why it's decided. It's doing some very odd things today. Sorry. Now I'm going to put the other screen on so I can see it. Yeah, it's doing some very odd things. Sorry. I don't know why, but it is. There we go. I can see the poll. So this is image choice. And I've got 5 votes out of potentially 9. So Roger's here, Tony's here. There's no Brian. And there is no guest. And there is no Judy. So how many of these? Is there 8 of you there today? There isn't there?
7 of us.
7. So I'm still missing a couple of people.
I've done mine. You didn't mention. Have you received mine?
You didn't mention mine either.
Yeah, I've got Roger's there, Tony. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 of you there. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 7.
But I don't know whether Judy's voted.
Oh, right. We don't know that Judy's voted. Judy, have you voted?
Well, sorry, I've selected the picture, but how do I selected a name, but how do I send it to you?
It's on the, you should have a questionnaire come up. It says polls and quizzes.
No, I've just got image choice. Oh, that, yeah, polls and quizzes at the top, yeah.
Yeah, and so, she said to vote on it, so.
At the bottom, Judy, it says submit.
Oh, I haven't got, hang on, I'll find that.
It says submit, yeah.
Scroll down a bit.
And then the theme picture is, for this scary one. You can stretch that poll out so you can see both pictures at the same, both questions at the same time. And there's a submit one.
Oh, right, yeah.
Only one scary one, really, isn't there?
Space is quite scary, though.
I think your nuns are scary.
Wasn't intended as a scary one.
No, it wasn't. I'll always add God. There's some people here taking pictures of me. Can you strike them down? Oh, we've got another vote just come in. Okay.
Streak of lightning over their heads.
I think there's definitely a winner, as you quite rightly said. It's how to choose which image it is. So it is one of Margaret's. It's a winner this week. So it's one of the green images. So let me choose. Oh, I'm going to have to get my other screen working. It's no good. Attribute.
What is this, the voting?
And I'll show the green one. So the voter for Margaret's taking out that picture. So it's going to be one of the first three that's imaged. So if anybody can share their thoughts on which one they think has got the most votes, or it could be one vote each. But anyway, we know it's true. It's definitely Margaret's one this week on the image choice. Well done, Margaret. They can give you a round of applause if they want to. And then guess who's won the scary picture? Does it need anything? Do we actually need anything that said it's not?
2 deers.
Sorry?
Must have been the 2 deers.
Do you know what? Let me just check. I think it is actually. Oh dear. Let me get rid of the attributes. Get rid of the questionnaire. And I think it's some reason this seems to have the most votes. So well done, Mrs. T. Another win you've notched up. Well done. Well done, Tony. I still think the one who's licking that ice cream at Cleethorpes is scary. Brilliant. Well done, you two. Smashing. Great. So have you planned another trip out?
Not yet.
Waiting for the rain to stop. It could be some time, even into next week. It's forecast rainy.
I know it has a lot of rain, isn't there?
So was Hartsholme, that's quite nice.
Yeah, Hartsholme Park is nice, yeah. Yeah, good one.
Hartsholme Park.
Okay. Let's finish off. We've got what we got. How much we got left, Roger?
Is there anywhere indoors that you can go?
It's 5 to 11.
An indoors one.
So we've got another 20 minutes. So let's do what we said. Let's finish. Let's all open up Photoshop. Oh dear, my Photoshop. Everything's going a bit odd today. Come on, Photoshop. Here we go. So we want to talk about these panels and this docking and creating this workspace, we said, didn't we? Oh dear, it's saying I'm not paid. What a shame. I have, but anyway.
Are we opening Lightroom or Photoshop?
Photoshop.
Which image? Anything? Any image?
Yeah, any image will do. It's just so we can look at the panels.
I'll open that one up then.
Oh dear, I have a billing issue, and I haven't got a billing issue. It does annoy me. It does really annoy me when it does this. Anyway.
Oh, it's because it's on there.
I've got to find an image I can work on that's not use.
I like that one. I nearly put that in with.
Yeah, I do.
So I couldn't get. I've just deleted mine though.
Right. I'm looking at a workspace. Yeah. As you can see, my workspace is a bit messy. This is when I did the using smart objects, but we're looking mainly at the panel on the right-hand side. So I'm going to just do a new panel. So it's not, there you go. I'm going to just turn that background into black or something darker. I'm just going to stick, because I should have done it as darker, solid colour. Oh, that's better, just so it's not bright in your face. There we go. Okay. We said what we'd do is we'd talk about this right-hand panel, how to create a workspace for what we need to use on a regular basis. So every time we open up and we say, open a document, we've all got the same screen. Does that make sense to you all? And what we did, we went up to where we said window and we said workspace, and we said we'd create a new workspace based upon our panels on the right-hand side. And we talked about docking, how to dock things. Can you remember? So I'm going to click on Essentials Default. I'm just going to change that, though. I'm going to add my it's something I use on a regular basis, so I'm going to just save mine. Save. And I'm going to go.
Gary, we made a new folder called Class Essentials.
Correct. I think we did. Let me just reset my one. Workspace. We had this, didn't we? So open up that workspace. If you want to know how to open up, you go to Window, Workspace, and you can select which one you're going to have open. Yeah.
We've got Class Essentials. Yeah. So if we click on that.
Yeah. And I call them mine. I just called it my default, but we called it. What did you call it, Roger?
Class Essentials.
Class Essentials. So I'll call this Class Essentials. How about that? It'll do. So now we should be in Class Essentials, and I'm going to make sure it says it's defaulted. So we're looking at all these panels on the right-hand side and these docks. And if you remember, we said that we tend not to use a lot of these panels, but they are handy to have. Now, down this section here, let me get my annotate up. Annotate, where's my panel gone? Here it is. Drawing. These here are quite handy to have, but we don't use them a lot. The properties probably is the most important one, which is this one. We don't tend to do a lot of quick actions, and we don't do a lot of align and distribute on a regular basis because we're more photographic. We don't do a lot with channels and paths, but I leave those linked together. So I am suggesting that we do the following. We all have the same panels. So I'm just going to reset all the drawings. So to move a panel, this is the dock down there. This is our little simple dock, this panel space here. And I am suggesting we put in there certain things that we need. So has anybody not got this layout at the moment? Did we do any changes to it, or is it the same?
We've just got the two, which is the history and comments.
That's right. Okay, that'll do us then. So let me get rid of my drawing and let's do it together. Now, remember, we want to put it into this section here. And you'll notice that when we come to do that and we hover, oh God, bloody thing. When we hover over this line, for goodness sake, I've got to keep swapping, sorry. It keeps changing colour for me. This line down here goes blue. When we come to dock anything, if you want to dock anything in this panel, the lines go blue here and there. And I'll show you what I mean. So if you're not sure, Judy, just shout up. So I am going to get my little arrow key. There we go. I go where it says patterns. If you all watch my screen, if I drag that from here, oh, I don't want that one. I want just the patterns and swatches. And I'm going to hover it. Can you see now it's changed to blue? Can you see that? So I've clicked and dragged it and I've let go. And I'll say them again. I just go to, and it's this bit here. If I get my better colour, I want to get a bright colour for you. I'll do red. Red's a good one. There's a line just above where it says properties and adjustments. If you click on that area, oh, what the hell is going wrong with my computer today? All I've done is change the colour and it's completely trashed my Windows panel. Oh, it's come back on. Wow, this is exciting days for me. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my mouse over where I've painted that red line and I click on it and drag down. You'll notice it. There's a blue box appears saying that's what I'm dragging. And I'm going to drag it down so the blue line appears in that small dock just there and let go. Now we've got this fantastic layers space. I'm going to redock that on my layers panel. There's something really weird just happened to panels. And it should dock. Oh, it's come back. Wow, when I in Zoom and I try and do something, it does some really weird things. Have you all managed to drag those into that dock?
No.
Right, who's stuck then, Judy?
Yeah, because I'm just watching your...
Who's right, so open up, let's share your screen and we'll watch. Somebody else can drag those into that dock.
Hang on a minute.
Because we're going to add some others to it in a moment, such as actions. And if you want any text, you can put text in. If anybody's stuck, just share your screen. Stick your hand up if you're stuck, and and just share your screen. Anybody, first one in. Oh, we've got one here. This is Judy's. So let's have a go, Judy, adjusting yours. I'll just get this one. I'm just waiting to let me share your screen. Right, where's Photoshop gone, Judy? Just bump your screen so we can get Photoshop. There we go. That's it. Oh, it's come back on now.
I believe you've got to know what all the little symbols mean when you've done it.
Yeah, you do, but you'll get used to some of those. And if you hover over it, it will tell you.
Yeah, so which one are we supposed to be putting in the middle? The layers one?
What are you moving that for?
Let me do it with you then. Look, watch Judy's. Look, watch the screen, Louise, and we'll do it on Judy's. Look, because Judy's literally starting up again. I'm just going to open up first picture, Judy, just so you've got something on the screen to let us go. Come on. Come on, Photoshop, wake up.
You can soon put them back, can't you, by clicking on them?
Yeah, you can click on the one.
Yeah. So this is Judy's screen, look, and what we did on there. And Judy's actually done this from last week. So you've already done this, Judy, which is good. So Judy just got the layers panel down the right-hand side, and these are the things that are docked. And I'm just going to get my annotation up.
Well, should already be done. If you go on Class Essentials.
Hello.
If you go into the window and see whether she's on the Class Essentials, because we didn't do all that.
Oh, that's good then. So I'll have a look at that then. So let's have a look at Class Essentials. I thought you'd in front, Judy, to be honest.
Go into window.
Window. Workspace. Yes, not done it. Naughty. No. So we'll do a new workspace and call this Class Essentials.
She's not made one.
No, we are now though.
Reset Class Essentials.
Fine is back. I'm going to put all these. I always check these because I don't know what you've done to those. So we have something called Class Essentials. So Judy, you are in front actually. Is anybody else stuck?
Yes.
No, I think Gary window. If I picked that one.
Wait a minute. So Judy, can you see what I'm doing to your screen? It says window at the top.
Have you checked whether you're on Class Essentials?
Yeah. Something's really operating really weird here. Is anybody else stuck?
hard to share the screen.
Yes.
Share your screen then, so I'll have a look with you.
Okay.
Okay, you've lost your panel completely looking at that.
Yes.
Right, you're in Zoom, that's why. You're in Zoom. Click on Photoshop, now you can do it. You were stuck in Zoom, that's what it was. So, yeah, so what you got to... No, stop clicking, no. You're moving everything around. Let me just show you on yours, then. Let me help you with the request control.
I know what I'm supposed to be doing, but I don't know.
Don't worry, what you've done, you've just undocked the whole panel. That's all you've done. Instead of picking up a small section, you picked everything up. So I'm just waiting to get requests. That's a nice picture, by the way.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Right. So what all you've done, Louise, is you picked the panel up, but you picked everything up, not just a small panel. You picked everything up. So I'm trying. I've got it now. So I'm going to drag this back till it goes blue. Can you see it's gone blue now on the right-hand side?
So that's docked, yeah.
Yeah, can you see it, Louise? It's gone blue.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to let go now. So it's docked it back to where it should be. So what you've already got the history panel, which is fine. So that, all you've done on that, you've dragged it and put it in the wrong place. So I'm dragging it, look, till it goes blue in the right place. Can you see?
Yes.
I'm going to let go. Now, what I want you to do is to grab this panel, and I'll mark on the screen where you've got to pick it up from as soon as I can get my tape button on. So you're going to collect somewhere about here.
Okay.
Yeah. So click then, drag that now into that left-hand dot. That too far, up a bit till it goes back, down a bit there, and let go. That's it. You've docked it. Now you're going to do the same thing from just at the top. So not where that crosses. That's it. Now drag that and put it so it comes here. And that's it, and let go. Perfect. Well done.
Okay.
So you're all docked and ready.
Why are we doing that?
Because what we're doing is we want to try and keep this panel as clean as possible when we're doing photography, because we have layers, lots of layers, yeah? And what the problem...
That to me, I understood it before, but that confuses me.
So there, normally we have this layers panel just here. Okay. And you've got lots of other things above that you don't use. So let's put them into the dock. So now when you hover over them, they'll come back. But the layers panel, which was only this bit here, is now all of this. So it gives you more space.
And I forget what's there.
Wait a minute then.
So you know if it was...
So you see, now hover over one of them.
Sorry, which hover over?
The ones you've docked just now. If you hover over, it tells you what it is. Look, colour. So go up to another one. Libraries, yeah. So it tells you what they are, adjustments. And if you click on it, it opens it out. Can you see it's auto? It just drops out. There you go, look. So you can see what they are very quickly. Yeah.
And then what, you just drag them back into the...
No, the little arrow. Look at what Louise is doing on screen. Look, she's clicked on it and the little arrows.
Yeah.
You can collapse them.
And I can always move that if I want it back up.
You can put it back. Yeah, put it back up there just so you can show them. Now you're getting the hang of it. Now, and if you don't want it there, you can put it back into the little dock then. And you can do it individually or as a group. Don't move the whole lot again.
I can't find it.
Yeah, she's moved the whole lot again. So drag that to the right till it goes a blue line. That's it, let go. There you go, you've reset. Now, just to the right where it says patterns, click there and drag it and put it back in the dock. Down, no, next one down. You've dragged it down the side of it. So no, you're right. No, go back. Go back to where it says pattern. Click to the right of that. That's it. Click on that. And then drag it to the left, down a bit. That's it. Let go. Anywhere there. There you go. Perfect.
All right, thank you.
So what we're saying is we can add other things to it. Is anybody else stuck?
Yes.
Okay, let's have a look what Tony's got. So you've done that quite very easily, Louise.
Right.
So who else is sharing?
Tony's sharing, wants to
Okay.
share.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Okay, so yours are all perfect, Tony. Nothing wrong with that.
Well, we've got them down there, haven't you?
So you've got all your panels on there. The only thing you're missing off of there is your actions panel. And that is, if you bump the top of your screen to window, so Tony's going to add one that's not already on screen. So go to window.
Okay, where are you trying to put it?
Back in the...
Yeah, click on it, Tony, window.
Going blue. Oh, there.
And then go down to actions, which is there. Look, click on that. Yeah, click. Now you can see it's put it in the dock for you. Ready? It's already in.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you can add any that you want. So go back to window, Tony.
Mine's gone into the right-hand side, look.
I'll have a look with you. And is there anything on there that you want? You can do one thing you might find is useful, although you've got Navigator already in the panel. I'm just looking at anything you've not got on there that you need. No, I think you're okay on there. You've got brushes, you've got channels, you've got more. So I think you're okay, Tony. The one I don't use a lot of is this one here that Tony's got showing at the moment. If I request control.
I don't know how you move it over then.
No.
Yeah, I'm coming to you, Linda. Just one second. I'm just going to look at Tony's. So, Tony, the only one I'm not sure about that I don't use a lot of in photography is this one here, look. Yeah, which is this one. We don't use a lot of it, but you've got it on there, which is fine. Okay.
Yours in Zoom.
So you can add colour in. So if you go to window again, Tony, bump me window.
Sounds like it was in Zoom, but I can't remember how I got it off Zoom.
You've lost them, haven't you?
Yeah.
I'm coming to you in a second. Get down to colour, Tony.
In Zoom, that is.
Click on the word colour. Keep going down. Yeah, next one. That's it. Click and redock it. So now we'll put that back in, Tony. So drag that and put it back in the dock. That's it, till it goes blue. No, not that line. No. Okay, go back up to where it says pattern.
They pulled in and that.
To the right of pattern, just to the right of it, Tony. No, to the right of it. You was right. Left a bit, left a bit. In between, that's it, about there. Click and drag and put it back in the dock.
Get used to one way.
You
so
missed it.
To me, all those there, I'll forget what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
So it's getting, if you don't use it.
Let me grab it, Tony. 1 minute for you.
What I do is...
We'll put it in here. What I'm doing, Tony, is I'll just draw where to click onto because it's not all that always easy. Draw. You're going to click about here, Tony.
That's how to put them all back.
You just drag them.
Yeah. Click and drag.
Stay there, then.
Put it in the dock. Keep going down. No, keep going down. Keep going down. That's it, to the right there. Right a bit more. So you see that blue line. That's it. Let go. Okay. So we're going to look at Linda's end now, do we?
I'm all right, Gary. I've caught up.
You've done it, have you? Is anybody else stuck? Are you all okay?
I'm stuck, Gary.
Okay. I think you're up to date, to be honest. Oh, wait a minute. Roger's showing me something. Right. Can you look at what Roger's done? Roger's done okay, but he's now pulled the dock completely out of the way. So I'm going to go back to request control. Okay. And I'm going to drag that back. Oh, I've not got control. It says I've got control, but it's not letting me.
Linda did that, got rid of everything.
Have you done yours on?
Oh, Roger, I've got something really odd opening with your screen.
No, I was doing the same as what I was doing.
You could just do reset essentials.
Ooh.
There you go, Gary.
Times I do that. Reset.
There we go. Put it back, Roger. So what we're going to do, Roger, is drag that and put it there. We're going to drag that and put it there. And you're up to date. And then you could add the actions panel. If you go to window and then find actions, click on actions, and it will add it automatically to you. So anything you put in that window, and then it's already put in. Yeah. Say click the two little arrows, disappeared. So put things that, yeah, you've got it. You've done it. Is anybody else stuck? You all okay?
Yeah, Judy.
Judy, we'll look at Judy then, and then we'll. What did you ask me to do, Margaret? You said you were going to send something. What was it? You said at the beginning of the class, oh, you were going to send something.
Did you? Yeah. Oh yes, it was last week's lesson.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, I'll do that. Before I start the video group, I'll pull it up, edit it, and send it and put it on. In fact, we'll do it with the boys because we're doing YouTube, so we can do that with the boys this afternoon, this morning or later on. Yeah,
I think you've recorded several, Gary, that we haven't put out.
Yeah, we'll look at them then, and then we'll stick them up and put them on YouTube and send you all the link to it. Okay, Judy, you want to share your screen?
Also, Gary, while you're there, you've got to send the second half of the handout.
Oh, you did not send that out from the other one we were doing?
Not yet.
Oh, I'll have a look then. I'll look at that then. I'll just wait for Judy, and then that's it. So, are they forecasting a lot of rain tonight then? Is that it? Storm Kieran's going to hit you today, is it?
Yep.
Yes, loads of flood warnings.
Well, say you need a drop of rain though, couldn't you, for lawns? Those that are not underwater, that is.
That's almost 20 past, Gary.
Okay, I'll just look at. Well, if you lot want to start shutting down, I'll check Judy's issue.
Okay, then we'll catch up with you later.
Okay, then.